Greetings everybody, today we'll talk about the most pointless dick measuring contest between two biggest car manufacturers in the world, Mercedes ML63 and BMW X6M. Which one is the most pointless sport utility vehicle on the used market today? Let's start from the BMW X6M. In 2009, right after financial crisis, BMW decided to reveal their most expensive SUV that they had. The price tag of it was $180,000. It had 4.4-liter twin-turbo V8 that developed 547 brake horsepower and 677 Nm of torque. Together with 6-speed gearbox, 100 km happened in 4.7 seconds. In my opinion, it was the best handling mad SUV on the market. Throughout the corners, it was faster than Cayenne Turbo S and ML63. It felt fat, but it didn't feel tall. And also it felt like a sporty sedan. Even when you sat in it, you did not feel like you're sitting in a big car. The car was not a great looker, but people loved it. Design today looks, well, really outdated, but car lovers do turn their heads when they see it on the road. Interior was simple, not much luxury were offered, seats were very comfortable. Any X6M from 2010 today will make rattle noises in the dashboard. But this car was truly a huge legend when it came out. Especially in Russia. When it came out, it was the most modified SUV. It was easy to tune and squeeze extra horsepower. Factory settings of the engine already was convenient to modify. So from that mighty 4.4-liter V8, if you put a stage 2 on X6M, it had 650 brake horsepower easily. Here's a video of stage 2 X6M destroying Ferrari 458. Some mad Russians even installed stage 5 with 850 brake horsepower. That car was truly mental. Air suspension in BMW X6M was at the back, and it did wonderful job leveling car in the corners, and whole suspension setup was just genius. Handling will blow your mind even today. It had unexpected obedience from heavy SUV. It will follow your trajectory like a loyal dog. Wherever you're gonna put it, it will glide and tires will feel like a glue. Ceramic brakes were never offered in the E71, but M brakes were also wonderful. Of course, you cannot take it to the track day because you will destroy them immediately, but again, in the everyday use, they do handle the weight of the car. It has a lot of problems today if you wanna buy it. All the plastic cooling pipes and all the rubber cooling pipes need to be changed every 50–60,000 kilometers to avoid leaking of the cooling and other important liquids. Also, radiator must be cleaned every 50–60,000 kilometers because this engine is famous for overheating. Turbos usually last up to 70,000 kilometers. Fuel injectors can also last up to 50,000 kilometers, then will just after 50–60,000 top they will just go mad and not work properly and will have engine check, and replacing them is expensive. Transmission oil must be changed every 70,000 kilometers. Also, if car was driven horribly, differential will break out of nowhere, but if your differential is still okay, try to do as less launches as possible and drive it fast after the car reaches like 40–50 kilometers per hour. You will find X6M that was taken care of, and it will have full service history, and it will have good service history where all the liquids and everything was changed on time. I still do not recommend buying it. It will easy for you just rent somewhere or borrow it for a few days just to experience this wonderful handling in this car. Driving of this car will really amaze you. Take it for a few days because it's so good. It will stamp on your face permanent smile and you will remember the driving for the rest of your life. Now let's talk about ML63. ML63 W164 is a ludicrous tank. Acceleration response is very good. Sound is more dignified than in BMW. Also, it feels more pure. Because it doesn't have any turbochargers, it really feels like a racing engine under a hood. But in general, car is slower in the corners and it's slower in the straight line. It doesn't have this like wild jump from the like BMW X6M. 6.3-liter V8 generates 510 brake horsepower and 630 Nm of torque, and together with 5-speed gearbox, it gets to 100 km in 5.2, or if you're lucky, in 5 seconds. Interior of W164 AMG is really more luxurious. It's built better, it has almost no squeaky noises if you find proper one. And when you drive it, you do feel it like it's a proper SUV. It is tall, has big engine, it is fat, and when you're sitting inside it, you feel like you're driving a giraffe. Problems with ML63 are famous. The first one is the head bolt. It can snap anytime. The engine head bolt, it wasn't built properly, so pay attention to that closely. There are some cooling leaks, but not many cases are there, but there are some cases. It needs radiator cleaning every 60 or 70,000 kilometers. Transmission oil needs to be changed every 60-70,000 kilometers. Also, one of the biggest problems is the air suspension. It will die on you at any time possible, so it's better to change it and not on OEM air suspension, but there are companies that give you 10-year warranty on Mercedes air suspension. Power of ML63 feels messy and without precision. It's just there and you can use it non-stop, but really you don't know what to do with it when you're in the corners or when you're driving like a lunatic on the public roads. It is mental. 510 brake horsepower is always available. You just slightly touch it and it screams, it just flies away, but again the feeling is very weird. As a driving experience, BMW just destroys ML63. BMW will give you more emotions and more control on the road that you will do appreciate. But at the same time, it will get you in your pockets more often and it will go deeper than the ML63. So my choice is obvious. ML63 will be less fun, but it will be more reliable and will not push you to commit suicide, like BMW. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments what is your favorite SUV from 2010. I've noticed that many of you watch my channel without subscribing, and that's very creepy, so stop being creepy and please subscribe. Take care and bye bye.